Dear students, a very happy morning today. Let us have a discussion on cell phone. We love to work with cell phone. Every student, every parent, every citizen, they carry mobile phones. Not one, some they carry multiple mobile phones. 1, 2 mobile phones. Every family member present day, every family member, they are carrying mobile phones. They are everywhere. Cell phones are everywhere. Cell phones are being carried almost all by every citizen, maybe irrespective of gender, caste, creed, age, sex. Everyone are carrying mobile phones. Mobile phones are acting as a gadgets. Not just for communication, it is used as a gadget. I want some watch. Yeah, you can see the time from the mobile phones. Lot many companies present day they are offering the mobile phones. There are many popular companies. The companies got flooded up like mushrooms. They are giving the mobile phones at a cheaper price with more multiple features. And hence when the cost of the mobile phone came down, the public is running behind to purchase the mobile phone and utilize the benefits of the mobile phone. And you can see the new features. The mobile phones are coming with the new features and new versions. Let me say a person is having a mobile phone. He will change the mobile phone in a span of 1 year or 2 years. Why he is changing the mobile phone? Because the new mobile phones are coming with the new features into the market. The market is releasing the mobile phones with the new features. When there are new features, the old features are obsolete and the public are interested to work with the new features and the facilities. Using mobile phones, you are not just doing communication, you are going with the browsing of the internet, of course making phone calls, SMS, you are checking mails, GPS, positioning systems, geographical positioning systems. We are using lot many facilities of the mobile phones. There are about 87% adults, there are 87% of the adults, they own the cell phones in 2012. Now there is no question of adults and children. A small kid who is in infant stage, he don't know even how to walk. He is playing games with mobile phones. It is expected that 94% by 2020 it should reach 94%. I guess the number got increased to 96%. As per the statistical estimation, by 2020 it should reach 94% of the world population should make use of mobile phones. And I guess it might have crossed this 94%. It would have gone to 96%. More than 7 billion people across the world, 7 billion people across the world, they are making use of the mobile phones. You are having different companies, they are manufacturing mobile phones. The popular companies are Samsung, Apple, Huawei, Nokia, Sony, LG, HTC, Motorola. These are some of the popular companies producing mobile phones at a cheaper price. I guess you too might be working with the mobile phones and some of you might be listening my class over mobiles. Previously we used to attend the online classes using laptops. Now the mobile phones, the smartphones are giving the facility of Zoom meetings, Google Meet and all that. Over mobile phones we are getting connected and we are listening. All these communications, we are doing all sorts of video conferencing, chat conferencing, whatever may be, voice conferencing, we are doing over the mobile phones. There are three types of phones. Basic phones. You are having the basic phones. Basic phones are almost all obsolete. Nowadays no one is going for the basic phone. It is just used to do voice calls. And sometimes it also supports the SMS. Voice calls and SMS. The mobile phones previously, your parents, they would have used these basic phones. That is the era of 1990s. In 1990s, you are having the mobile phones where you can do communication and of course you will get the extra facilities SMS, short message service, SMS. Later you got the featured phones. The style got increased, the basic phones got increased to featured phones. The featured phones will have all the basic phone facilities as well as you can connect to internet. It offers the feature additional to the basic phone including camera. The basic phone, the featured phones will be having all the facilities of basic phones as well as you will be having camera, increased storage, you can store more messages, you can store the more numbers, contact details, and you are having the ability to connect to the internet. And they will be having a new standard numeric keypad, all the numbers, and sometimes some special characters and alphabets you can type. These are called featured phones. So initially in 1990s, you experienced the basic phones. Later on, the basic phones got enriched to the featured phones. Later, after 2005, the smartphones entered into the market. It supports Wi-Fi facility, wireless fidelity facility. It gets connected to 3G and 4G internet, not 2G, 1G and 2G, first generation, second generation. That is obsolete. That happened in 1990s and early 2000s. Later, the speed of internet got increased. We went to 3G and 4G. So it offers the advanced capabilities and features over the featured phones, and notably allowing the users to add applications. You can download Google apps, different applications, mobile apps. You can download various mobile apps, and you can enjoy the features of the mobile apps. It is a full featured operating system. Of course, the smartphones, they will be having some operating system internally, generally iOS operating system, or you go with Android phones. Most of us, India, we are working with the Android operating system. Our mobile phones are with Android operating system. The system gets booted and it starts working with the high speed internet. It is the third generation 3G and 4G internet with Wi-Fi facilities. And even you know pretty well, if I don't have Wi-Fi, with hotspot you can borrow the Wi-Fi of the neighboring phones. That is the beauty of smartphones. Old basic technologies of mobiles. Previously, I am talking about 1990s. The basic technologies of the mobile phones. What technologies the mobile phone used? It used two. One is called CDMA technology. The mobile phones, they used to work with the CDMA technology, and the second one is called as GSM. CDMA stands for Code Division Multiple Access. This is one technology with which the mobile phone works. And advanced to CDMA, there is one more technology called as the GSM technology, stands for Global System for Mobiles. The phones, they work either with CDMA technology or with GSM technology. Now these phones are obsolete. You don't have these. You can't find these phones present in market. Now we are all going with the smartphones. And because these are the mobiles which work with the 2G internet and 3G internet. Very slow internet, 2G internet and 3G internet, they used to work previously. But in 2021, it is absolutely the time discarded CDMA and GSM, because the internet speed got increased to 4G and 5G networking. Dear students, you need to memorize this. These are the old technologies. Of course, present day, though we are not using the CDMA, GSM, but being a technical students, you need to memorize all this terminology: CDMA, Code Division Multiple Accessing, GSM, Global System for Mobiles, You need to memorize this. I am talking about 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G and 5G. What is this? G stands for generation. The speed of internet is getting increased day by day. Based on the speed and the technicality which is internally used by the internet, the networking communication, it is being categorized as a 1G, first generation, 2G, second generation, 3G, third generation, 4G, fourth generation, and 5G, fifth generation. The speed of the internet depends upon the signal strength. The signal, based on the signal strength and speed, it is being classified as the first generation networking, second generation, third, fourth and fifth generation. As on present day, our mobile phones are working with the fourth generation 4G and we are working with the 5G networking. The internal technology of communication gets varied from first generation to second generation and so on. If you see the frequency, first generation they worked with 30 kilohertz. Next the frequency went on to 1.8 gigahertz. Next went up to 2 gigahertz. From 1.8 it raised to 2 gigahertz, the speed, the frequency of the signal. Next, fourth generation, it went to 8 gigahertz. Next, it went to 30 gigahertz. 5G is with 30 gigahertz. You observe the difference, the frequency difference. From 30 kilohertz, it went to 30 gigahertz. And hence, the internet is very fast. The downloading of videos is very fast, and the communication is fast. There is no concept of buffering. And you look into the bandwidth, also you can see the variation of the bandwidth, 2 kbps, kilobytes per second, and 14.4 to 64 kbps. From 2 kbps, you can imagine it went to 64 kbps, 2 megabits per second, mbps, 2000 mbps, and 1 gbps and higher. The quantity of data that gets downloaded also is getting increased. The amount of data what we download or upload is also getting varied because based on the bandwidth. So there is a huge variation in the frequency, there is a huge variation in the bandwidth. You can observe here they used the accessing system of BDMA, stands for beam division multiple accessing. TDMA, BDMA stands for beam division multiple accessing. TDMA, it's time division multiple accessing, TDMA. CDMA, it stands for code division multiple accessing. CDMA, fourth generation made use of CDMA, and fifth generation is making use of OFDM, stands for orthogonal frequency division multiplexing. The present fourth and fifth generation, they are going with a accessing system called as orthogonal frequency division multiplexing, which is very fast in transmitting the data from the nook and corner of the globe and universe. Based on this variation of the parameters, we classify the networking into first generation, second generation, and so on to fifth generation. Now our mobile phones are working with the fourth generation and fifth generation. Why we call it as cell phones? Why it is being named as a cell phones? The complete area, your town, your area is being divided into hexagonal cells. The complete area is being divided into hexagonal cells. And in each cell, they install an antenna. There may be one or more antennas that depends upon the size of the cell. And these antennas communicate. One antenna will be communicating to another antenna and so on. And from a mobile phone, let me say this is a mobile phone. From a mobile phone, if you do communication to your friend who is at a distant location, this mobile phone communicates to this antenna communicates to antenna, which are located in different cells. This is an area, very big area. This antenna covers this area. From this antenna, it is communicating to some other antenna. From this antenna, it is going to some other antenna. And from this antenna, it is coming to your mobile phone. Let me say this is your mobile phone. As these antennas are being located, are placed in a cells, the area is being divided into cells, and the antennas are taking care of this entire cells. Through this antenna, the communication is going on. It is being named as cell phone. And as they are having the mobility in nature, as you can move from one place to another place. For example, I am traveling in a car. In a car, I am traveling as it is moving. As the mobile phone is moving from one cell to another cell and so on, you can move it, and hence it is called as a mobile phone. This is how the name is derived as a cell phone. The segments of cells, cell phone or the mobile phone. It is called as a mobile phone, the reason, and you observe the reason. For example, you sitting at your home, you want to talk to your friend is flying somewhere. From the landline or from the mobile line, sitting at home, you want to do communication to your friend. Your friend may be in a mobility motion. He may be traveling in a car, he may be traveling in a flight, and so on. When you do communication, the communication goes to a switching unit. From the switching unit, it goes to the antennas. From the antennas, the signals goes to the satellites. It may be geostationary satellites or whatever may be, it goes to the satellites. From the satellites, the signals are being traveled to the base stations which are placed in the flights. From the base station, your friend sitting in the flight will be receiving your voice. See the beauty of the technology, how the communication is going on from one place to another place. As there is a mobility to the phones, it is called as a mobile phones. You also hear a mobile phone communication when you talk, it is nothing but it is a two-way radio. You take radio, FM radio. When they transmit the signals, FM radio, you will be tuning your radio to 102.4. Then automatically your radio is getting connected to the full FM. From there you are enjoying the news, you are enjoying the commentary, you are enjoying the songs. Janaranjani, Meeru Korina Patalu, Telugu Cinema Patalu. You will be getting all that from your radio, you are enjoying the songs. That is one-way communication. Whatever the radio station people are transmitting, you are receiving. That is a one-way communication. You are having simplex communication, half duplex communication and full duplex communication. In a simplex communication, whatever they say, you should listen. A radio, that's what is happening. They are broadcasting the songs and you are listening. Your mobile phone is nothing but two-way radio. It is same technology, vice versa. You apply the same technology on this side also. When radio station is releasing the songs or anything, any program you are listening, you apply the same technology even in your mobile. So a mobile phone, in a simple words, we can say it is a two-way radio. You will be having a transceivers, that is a transmitter and receiver. You can transmit the signals as well as you can receive the signals. You can do both the things, and hence it contains the transceiver. A transmitter and receiver, you can transmit, you can receive. A transceiver. In order to do communication to the long distance, you require to place your data, that is a voice data signals, that is electrical signals or electromagnetic field, you need to place on the radio waves. The radio waves are high frequency signals. Radio waves are high frequency signals which can transmit your voice till antennas. From one antenna to another antenna, there may be long distance. In order to make your signal travel long distance, you need to take the help of radio waves. So your electromagnetic signals will be converted into a radio waves, and the radio waves will be transmitting from one antenna to another antenna. Dear students, yes, you listen. When I am talking to you, it is an analog signal. My voice signal is called analog signal. It is a low frequency signal where it can travel to some feet. Let me say it may travel for 3 feet, 4 feet or 5 feet or 10 feet max. When you shout, it may go to 20 feet, not more than that, because our analog signals, our voice signals are analog signals, they are with low frequency. Low frequency signals can't travel much distance. In order to make our signals travel to the long distance from one antenna to another antenna, another antenna to another antenna and so on, they should be converted into radio waves. High frequency signals, radio waves are high frequency signals. They can carry data from one place to another place, that is a long distance, kilometers or miles together they can travel. That is the reason in mobile communication we take the help of radio waves. You observe the point here. When you see the signal, this is a low frequency signal. Our voice signals are low frequency. This is a bit better signal when compared with the previous signal. This is still more better signal when compared with the previous signal. When you go with the radio signals, the frequency is high. When the frequency is high, the traveling distance will be high. So it can travel more distance. The high frequency signals, they can travel more distance. And hence you are able to push your data through antennas from one antenna to another antenna. When you are talking to mobile, your voice is analog signal, the voice. First we start with our voice conversation. Our voice is analog signal, it is a low frequency signal. It is being converted into electrical signal. It is a responsibility of our mobile phone. It will convert our voice signal into electrical signals. Now the electrical signals through antennas which are sitting inside the mobile phones, they are transmitted to a long distance antennas. In order to make our signal travel to a long antennas, then you need to take the help of radio waves. The radio waves carries the electromagnetic field, which is nothing but our voice, our converted voice. The voice is being converted into electrical signals, that is EMF, electromagnetic fields. And in order to make this push out of your cell phone to the antennas, mobile antennas, you take the help of radio waves. High frequency signals, they carry your voice to the long distance and it takes to the towers, that is cell tops. After reaching the tower, the radio waves again transmits the same voice to the other end cell phones, that is a visitor's cell phone, or we call it as our friend's cell phone. or the target cell phone or the destination cell phone. The cell phone's antenna will receive these radio waves and they will again convert into electrical signals. Electrical signals will be converted back to the voice signal where they can listen. They can listen to the voice through their ears. Through their ears, they will be listening to the voice. They listen through voice. Here you are talking. Here you are talking. There they are listening. Here you people, you are talking. Over mobile phone you are talking to the friend. That is your voice signal. The voice signal got converted into electrical signals. Electrical signals are carried through radio waves. Radio waves reaches the other end, mobile phones, and it will be transferred back to the electrical signals and electrical signal back to voice signal. So voice got converted to voice again. They are able to listen through their ears. The voice is being listened through their ears. So this is the signal conversion happening. Signal conversion is happening. This is how that takes place. The voice communication takes place. We look into setting up a cell process. I am having a mobile phone. It is switched off. I purchased a new cell phone. I switched off. It is in a switched off state. So your mobile phone is no way connected to the world. Now I should make world know that I am having a mobile with so and so SIM number and so number, mobile number. Then when you switch it on your mobile, then automatically your mobile phone gets connected to BTS, that is a base transceiver station. When you switch on your mobile, the mobile sends the signal through its antennas, inbuilt internal antennas. Your mobile phone will be having an antenna. Sometimes nowadays the mobile phones, iPhones, they are having more than one antennas, so that you can send the data, you can receive the data very effectively without any disturbances. So the antenna will immediately send the signal to the base transceiver station. That's called as a BTS. The BTS recognizes that so and so mobile phone is in the networking. It receives the strength and it allots the time slot or the frequency with which the mobile phone should do communication. The BTS will register your mobile phone. The mobile networking will identify that your phone is there to do communication. It is ready to do communication, and it allots the frequency with which your mobile phone should communicate, and the time slot is being allotted for the transfer of the data from your mobile phone to the towers. This is being decided by the BTS, stands for base transceiver station. Now your mobile phone is being identified by the networking. Now what happens, you observe here. You observe this procedure. So your cell phone is now recognized by the BTS. It is nothing but the base transceiver station. The BTS stands for the base transceiver station. Your signals goes to the antennas which are located at the BTS. That is the base transceiver station. This is the station which tells the world that so and so mobile phone is existing with so and so number, with so and so geographical location, and it is ready to do communication with so and so frequency and time slot. That is being decided by the BTS. Whenever you do communication, as I told you previously, your analog signals gets converted into the electrical forms, electromagnetic forms, and with the help of radio waves, the antennas receives at the BTS. Now the BTS transmits that data to the base station controller. This is called the BSC, base station controller. There may be many BTSs under the control of BSC. This is one BTS, the another BTS, another BTS, another BTS, another BTS. Many BTSs are being controlled by BSC. BSC stands for base station controller. Now the signals what you transmitted are received to BTS, and via BTS they are transmitted again to BSC. The signal reached the BSC. From the BSC, the signal goes to MSC. What is this MSC? MSC stands for Mobile Switching Center. It goes to Mobile Switching Center. From here, your radio waves reached the MSC, Mobile Switching Center. Now the Mobile Switching Center, it consults HLR and VLR. EIR, AUC. What are these? This MSC will maintain a database. It consults HLR, VLR, EIR and AUC, and as per accordingly it further transmits the data. The HLR gives your SIM information, your identity information. Who are you? Are you authorized person in this networking? You are having different types of networking. You are having Airtel, BSNL, Jio, different. If you are Jio and you want to do communication through Airtel, no. You are registered person to some networking, and only that networking antennas should bill you. If your signals are transmitted to Jio and if you are Airtel, no, that should be rejected. You are not authorized for this networking. You may be authorized for some other networking. You are not authorized user for this networking, because billing is done for some other person, service provider. So here MSC will consult HLR. The HLR will give your SIM number. Your mobile will be having a SIM card. So your mobile SIM number, your identity, who are you, what is the location you stay, what is your home address, what are your Aadhaar details and other details. The complete details are provided by HLR. HLR stands for Home Location Register. Home Location Register. The problem is with the mobile phones, you need not always sit at your home. That is your home address, of course. But you are not sitting at home. Now you are roaming somewhere. You are on trip, you are on tour, or you are in bazaar. What is the exact location you are staying now? What is the current location now? Current location of subscriber. You may be moving from one town to another town. You may be in train traveling and you are doing your communication. What is the exact location? Not your residential location. What is the exact location from where you are doing communication? That is the Visitor Location Register, VLR, will reveal that. Though this is the residential location, this is the exact location from where you are doing communication. That information is being grabbed by MSC, Mobile Switching Circuit, Mobile Switching Center. And also this MSC will take care of authentication, whether you are an authorized person to do it, to make a call to other person, or whether the other person has blocked your number, or there are any security issues. All these are being scanned by AUC, stands for the Authentication Center. Your signals are being scanned by AUC. Authentication, this is totally security system. And also in between you are having EIR, stands for Equipment Identity Register. What equipment you are using? You are doing communication through some equipment. What is that equipment? Is it mobile phone? Is it walkie-talkie? Or is it a system, computer system through which you are communicating through microphone? What is the device with which you are doing communication? So the identity of the mobile equipment is being done by EIR. So whenever your signal reaches the MSC, that is Mobile Switching Center, this MSC will immediately consult HLR, VLR, EIR, AUC. All these four modules get selected, gets activated, and then once it is being approved that this is a genuine signal you can transmit to the other end, then only your signal is being transmitted to the other end, to the other towers where your friend will be residing, where the target mobile will be there, that will be transmitted. Otherwise here itself the signal is halted, here itself the signal is interrupted, here itself the signal is crunched and cut down with respect to message reply. Once your signal is authenticated, your signal is being transmitted to the other end BSC. As here we are sending to BSC, here also there will be a BSC. Under the BSC control there will be many BTS, base transceiver stations. There may be many BTS. So multiple BTSs are being controlled by BSC, the base station controller. Now from BSC it goes to the respective BTS, base transceiver station. From this base station you will be having the antenna. Transceiver station will be having antennas. You observe here, the base transceiver stations will be having antennas. So from this antenna got connected to your mobile, to your friend's mobile. The signals got transmitted from the BTS to your mobile. Here the radio waves are converted, are being received by the antenna, built-in antenna of your mobile. The radio waves are being received. The radio waves are being converted into electrical signals, electromagnetic fields, and the electromagnetic fields are being converted into the voice, and finally this mobile will give the voice signal. You can listen this voice comfortably. When you are talking from the point 1, at the point 8 the other person will be listening your voice, and vice versa. The same thing happens in reverse. This is the total scenario how which your mobile phones are getting communicated. Dear students, in brief, your mobile phone, the signal goes to the BTS, base transceiver station. From base transceiver station it goes to BSC. BSC is nothing but the base station controller. From BSC it goes to MSC. MSC stands for the Mobile Switching Center. Mobile Switching Center. Mobile Switching Center takes the help of HLR, VLR, EIR and AUC for authentication and other information. And after getting approval, this is the right call, there is nothing fraudulent activity in this mobile call, then your signals are being transmitted to BSC. Base station controller. From base station controller, it goes to BTS. Base transceiver station. From base transceiver station antennas, your radio signals reaches the opponent mobile, that is the target mobiles. The target mobiles will be having a built-in antennas. The antennas will receive the signals, the radio signals. The radio signals are then converted into electrical signals, that is electromagnetic fields. The electromagnetic fields again will be converted internally with the circuit into the voice form. The voice form will be transmitted with the help of speakers, and the end user will be listening your voice. This is the entire scenario of your mobile communication. When the distance is more, when the transmission distance is more, then this mobile switching centers gets increased. So you are residing in town 1, you are residing in town 2, and there is a lot of distance between these two towns. Then your signals goes to mobile switching centers. From these mobile switching centers, it goes to another towns, intermediate towns, mobile switching centers. This process goes on, and finally it reaches the mobile switching center of the target, that is the destination. And finally, the targeted mobile, the destination mobile, will be receiving your voice. So don't be in a notion that there will be only one mobile switching center in between the source phone and the destination phone. There may be multiple mobile switching centers. That depends upon the distance of the source phone as well as the target or the destination phone. So advantages of cell phone, you know pretty well about the advantages of cell phone. They are small in size, easy to carry. That is the first advantage. Full duplex communication is possible, in the sense bidirectional communication. I can talk and they can talk to me. That is a full duplex communication is possible with mobile phones. In walkie-talkie, it is a half duplex. When I am talking, the opponent can't talk. When opponent is talking, I can't talk. That is half duplex. Now this mobile phone is a full duplex communication. I will be talking and the opponent also will be talking to me. So both can communicate at the same moment of time, and hence it is a full duplex communication. It stores a lot of information. I can store a lot of information in the mobile memory. So storing a lot of information is the other advantage of the mobile phones. And it is having a built-in calculators. I want to do any regular day-to-day some calculation work, you can do that. And of course you are having a variety of sources to get the information, like news, entertainment, games, playing simple games. So all these are the various features which are available in the mobile phones, and hence we are now switching to smartphones. They are having great influence in our day-to-day life and convenient to have around us. The cell phones are faster and more effective way to transfer the information. So these are the advantages of mobile phones, and hence we are inclined to work with the mobile phones. And of course there are disadvantages. There are limitations, disadvantages in the sense limitations with the mobile phones. They are non-replaceable internal parts. If any internal parts of the mobile phone fails, that's all. You don't have the mechanism of repairing only the internal part. That is, a component level service is not available. The entire mobile phone is to be changed. And of course, if the screen got broken, then you can change only the screen guard. There is that facility. But any internal, say very sensitive electronic component gets damaged, because it itself is very small in size, and the components inside it are very small, too small to repair, and hence it is better to completely change the circuit of the mobile. So it is a non-repairable. Sometimes if it gets wetted or it falls in water, the screen display is lost. Sometimes if your cell tower is located very distant places, far away places, the signals becomes weak. Cell tower can't receive the radio wave, and then there will be a voice disturbance while communication. Remember, your range of radio frequency or radio wave should travel from your mobile phone to the tower. Even if you are crossing that limit, then there is a disturbance in the voice. Sometimes between your mobile phone and antenna there may be a high obstacles. Suppose there is a hill. Your voice is getting obstructed by a hill or some towers. There are some gigantic towers of 30 floors towers or 50 floor towers, some big towers, huge skyscrapers are there, where it is hampering your communication from your mobile phone to the cell tower. Then also there is a possibility of getting voice disturbances and communication cannot be very effective. And the most dangerous thing is the science proved that it is having tumors, brain tumors, and causes cancer because of the radiations and the signals. This is very dangerous, very dangerous. Using mobile phone over limit, it may cause some radiations and it leads to the brain tumors, cancers, and other things, lot many disturbances. So usage of mobile phones are to be restricted. When you are talking about the components of the cell phone, what are the various components sitting in the cell phone? When you open your mobile phone, that is MSU, that is mobile subscriber unit, and you open that and see, you will be having a radio transceiver. To transmit and receive, there will be a circuit which is a radio transceiver to transmit as well as receive the signals, to send the signals and to receive the signals. They consume low power. It will not consume more power, it's a low power. There will be antenna usually located inside the phone. Previously for the mobile phones, outside there used to be an antenna, but because of the advanced technology, the antennas are inbuilt. Inside the mobile phone there will be an antenna. So you are having a radio transceiver, you are having an antenna to transmit the radio waves to the higher end antennas. There will be a control circuit, that is the data what you send. The voice signals are to be communicated into electrical signals or the electromagnetic signals. In order to do this sort of conversions, you will be having a circuit which is a control circuit inside your mobile phone. There is a screen which is a man-machine interface. There is a display screen which is a man-machine interface. And of course in the mobile phone there should be a SIM card in order to have your identity, that is identification, which is a subscriber identity module, which is called SIM. In short, it's called as a SIM. SIM stands for subscriber identity module, SIM card. It gives the details of your name, your address, your location, your Aadhaar number and other personal details you can grab with the help of the SIM card. And of course, in order to work, you need energy, that is nothing but battery. Usually, Li-ion power batteries are being used because the life of the battery is more. It can save more energy, electrical power, and it can make your mobile operate well. So these are all the various internal parts of your mobile phone. And beyond voice, mobile phone is supporting various apps. To store the contact information, you can store contact information, to-do list, that is your task list, what works are to be done when, that is your scheduler. Keep track of your appointments, you can keep track. Of course, the calculator, emails, pictures, photos, emails, video clips, internet facility, accessing the internet, playing games, integrated with other devices. Your mobile phone can get connected with other accessories, other devices, headphones or any other devices. And MP3 players, music, you can enjoy the music, MP3 players, etc. These are all the various accessories that you can attach to your mobile phone, and there are various apps you can download and you can work in the mobile phone. You can enjoy that. And which smartphone is the best? Present day we are all going with the smartphones. Which smartphone is best as per the 2021? So the statistics says that is Apple phones, iPhones, OnePlus and Apple phone SE 2020 model, Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra model and Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra model. These are all the most popular best smartphones as per the statistics taken on 2021. The career opportunities of the mobile phone, the mobile technology. Here you are having the mobile communication, where the electronics gets involved, the communication gets involved, because tower to tower communications are to be done. So communication is required, electronic knowledge is required, and to develop apps you require HTML, JavaScript, Android and React Native, You require Android Studio, Xamarin. These are all the various softwares which are required, demanded by the industry, mobile industry, to give a position for you in the mobile industry. You are having different posts. The career opportunities, if you focus on these mobile technologies, what are the career opportunities? You are having the mobile phone system engineer, Android, BlackBerry, iPhone, Windows mobile application developer, mobile application testing specialist, iPad developer, game developer, mobile architect, mobile technicians, mobile platform equipment mechanisms, telecommunication tower installation engineers, maintenance engineers, mobile security experts, cyber security, cyber forensics. You require mobile security experts, mobile phone verification managers, mobile architect, customer care officer, marketing manager. MBA guys will do. Generally, they enter into this. MBA students, they enter into the marketing managers, technical supports, and KI, that is a key performance indicator engineers. So there are many posts apart from the sales, regular sales like dealerships and regular vendors. You are having different positions with a good pay and package in the mobile industry. When you observe the statistics, the development of the mobile phones, the sales of the smartphones are getting increased. From 2007 to 2021, if you see, there is a tremendous improvement in the graph, except in the pandemic situation. Except this is the period 2019 and 20, because of the pandemic situation, there is a bit down, slightly there is a downfall. This 2019 and 20, there is a small downfall. Otherwise, the sales of the mobile phones are shooting up day by day, year by year, and hence there is a beautiful career opportunities for you in features if you master any one of the mobile technologies. Dear students, though we use mobile phones regularly, we don't have idea what is the internal technology. And in this class, I try to give some awareness on the mobile communications and the mobile technologies. Please be technical, please be techie guys. You try to dig deep into the technology and the communication segment of your mobile phone and grab knowledge and opportunities. Dear students, thank you very much. Bye bye.